The movie begins by showing a man named Master Wong riding a black horse in the forest. He is a martial arts expert as well as a general of the war. He was surprised because the horse he was riding suddenly stopped his steps until he fell. Suddenly, from behind the bushes appeared the bandits who attacked him. Wong was experienced in war. Even he has the nickname as the God of War. But apparently, he was overwhelmed by the barbarian troops because of their greater number. They managed to stab him in the stomach. But after that, he knocked out the group of criminals so that they all died too. It wasn't long before the other four masters appeared, but they were too late because they had already found the badly injured Wong. Before dying, he handed over a Xuanwu plate. He advised them to keep the plate and not fall into the wrong hands. The plate is a valuable object and holds many meanings. In addition, he also advised to always protect Princess Yening from all wars that would occur for the prosperity of the Zhao dynasty. The four of them vowed to be able to protect the Zhao dynasty until Wong finally died in front of them. 15 years passed. In Wolong Valley, Yun, who is the young master of Nongong Hermitage, and his troops seemed to be walking down the valley. They suddenly stopped when they felt a strange smell and unusual air. Yun ordered them to be careful. Not long after, they heard the sound of people laughing, and they attacked Yun's troops. Not only that, suddenly, hundreds of arrows appeared that attacked them, so many of the troops died. One of Yun's advisors, Mr. San Yi, was hit by an arrow from the creature. Yun channeled pure soul energy into San Yi's body to heal him from the poisoned arrow stuck in his chest. He also ordered Ling Ting to guard against the enemy. Suddenly, a man named Xuan Feng appeared to block and strike with a tread of the sky and caused them all to be blown away. San Yi then sneered at the arrival of Xuan Feng, who attacked silently and cunningly. Xuan Feng countered San Yi's sarcasm by blaming San Yi because he had a reputation as a good fortune teller who should have known about his attack. Xuan Feng apparently intended to snatch the Xuanwu plate from the hands of the Nongong Hermitage. Xuan Feng threatened Yun to immediately hand over the plate before he would destroy and kill all of the Nongong Hermitage. Yun, of course, refused Xuan Feng's request even though he knew that Xuan Feng was the chief master of the Dark White Tiger Hermitage and mastered the Heavenly Palm science perfectly. Yun's refusal triggered Xuan Feng's attack. Feng's attack on Yun was thwarted by a mysterious magic swordsman who suddenly appeared among them. He wore a mask over his face so that only his eyes showed knowledge of inner power and very capable kung fu skills. He could knock Xuan Feng down and drive him out of sight. Yun thanked the magic swordsman for helping him. He also invited the swordsman to join the Nongong Hermitage as a thank you. Apparently, the swordsman politely declined Yun's invitation because he believed that helping humanity was obligatory. After saying that, he said goodbye and sped off among the trees. Meanwhile, Princess Yening was seen on her way to Nongong Hermitage, escorted by Bai Yu Jiao. In the middle of her journey, suddenly, the Dark White Tiger Hermitage appeared to attack those led by Ling Yun. They intended to kidnap and hold Yening hostage as a threat to hand over the Xuanwu plate. Bai, who knew their bad intentions, then fought and started attacking them one by one with the martial arts she mastered. Yening also decided to help Bai defeat the Dark White Tiger Hermitage. However, it seems that her abilities still haven't matched the strength of all of them, so she is in a state of urgency. Seeing this, Bai decided to go and ask Yun for help with what happened to them. When she was halfway through, Bai ran into Yun and reported that she had just received an attack from the Dark White Tiger Hermitage. She explained that Yening was currently being held hostage. Hearing this, Yun invited Bai to return to Nongong Hermitage to ask for help from Master Jin Yuan from Tianshan Snow Mountain Hermitage to save Yening. The following day, a young man was seen playing a traditional Chinese musical instrument called guzheng. The youth was called Yangji and he was the swordsman who helped Yun when he was attacked by Xuan Feng. While playing guzheng, he was approached by a master from Tianshan Snow Mountain Hermitage named Jin Yuan. Jin Yuan intended to pass Wong's message to Yangji. However, before he conveyed it, Jin Yuan would first test Yangji's martial skills. They then fight, and Yangji proves that he can accept the last wishes of his late master. They sat across from each other and Jin Yuan handed him a bag containing a piece of paper that read what Yangji had to do. The paper mentions that he must protect Yening from the Zhao dynasty so that the Xuanzu plate doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Knowing this, Yangji was determined within himself to be able to carry out the mandate wholeheartedly for the glory of the Zhao dynasty. Jin Yuan also continued that Yening was currently being held hostage by the Dark White Tiger Hermitage. That night, Yangji infiltrated the Dark White Tiger Hermitage alone to track Yening's whereabouts, but his whereabouts were known to Ling Yun. Yangji also had to face them all. In a fierce battle, suddenly Xuan Feng appeared who attacked him with the tread of the sky. Knowing his increasingly desperate position, he decided to leave the place because it was impossible for him to fight them all. Yangji racked his brains to find Yening's location. Yangji, who fled on his horse, was chased by the Dark White Tiger Hermitage. While on his way to escape, he suddenly almost collided with Bai's horse which was also speeding at the same speed. Luckily, Yang Ji could save Bai, who was thrown off her horse. This incident resulted in Xuanfeng and his troops capturing Yang Ji. Yang Ji was forced to fight their troops, and all were defeated except Xuanfeng. He tried to balance Xuanfeng's strength with his earth-treading technique. On that occasion, the other troops took advantage of this condition to attack Bai with poison needles. Bai was seriously injured by the poison needle attack. Seeing this, Yang Ji unleashed an earth tread move that sent Xuanfeng flying. This situation was used by Yang Ji to take Bai away as far as possible by flying to save her life. Yang Ji took Bai to a cave to help her. He saw that she still had the poison needle stuck under her shoulder. But when he was about to help her, she suddenly stabbed him with a stick. She thought that he would sully her. By enduring the pain, Yang Ji continued to help Bai by channeling pure energy into her body. Bai was shocked by him, but Yang Ji told her to rest so she could recover quickly. While Bai rested, Yang Ji prepared dinner for her. Not long after, Bai woke up. Yang Ji explained that he had no ill intentions toward her and only wanted to help her. She then apologized to him for the misunderstanding. A moment later, they heard footsteps approaching them. Yang Ji then gave Bai the magic flute and asked her to blow the flute if she was in danger. He then left her in the cave. Bravely, Yang Ji approached Xuanfeng and his troops alone. Xuanfeng is impressed by Yang Ji's courage and asks where he came from. Yang Ji explained that he was just a commoner. Xuanfeng couldn't believe his answer and it made him furious. Xuanfeng then launched his signature move, while the shrewd Yang Ji could nimbly dodge Xuanfeng's attacks, and what happened next was completely unexpected. He punched and took Ling Yun away from there. They arrived at a rooftop and Yang Ji asked for the antidote for the poison needle that had been stuck in Bai. Yang Ji also asked for Bai's jade bun, which he had stolen last time. Not only that, but he also asked Ling Yun to show where Ye Ning was being held hostage. Ling Yun was forced to tell Yang Ji because he was in a desperate position. Ling Yun took Yang Ji to a room where he found Ye Ning sitting. Yang Ji asked Ye Ning to come out, but she didn't just believe him. He then showed Bai's jade bun, making Ye Ning believe that Yang Ji was on her side and not a bad person. They then got rid of Ling Yun and rushed away from there. Before they can escape, they must defeat the Dark White Tiger Hermitage troops. Ling Yun then immediately threw his flagship poison needle to be able to stop them in their tracks. However, Yang Ji could nimbly dodge and save Ye Ning from the poisonous needle. Soon after, Xuanfeng seemed to come between them and deliver deadly attacks on Yang Ji. He managed to dodge Xuanfeng's attack and took Ye Ning away with him. Meanwhile, Yang Ji tries to meet Bai with Ye Ning. Thanks to a strong inner bond, they were able to be united in a place by the lake. They seemed happy to meet again. Bai thanked Yang Ji for setting her up with Ye Ning. Yang Ji then gave the antidote he had just got to Bai. A surprised Bai invites him to come with her to the Nongong Hermitage. Humbly, Yang Ji refused the invitation because he was just a wandering young man. Before he left, he gave Bai's jade bun. But at that very moment, Yang Ji fell because his body could no longer withstand the deadly poison needle. Bai and Ye Ning decided to take care of him by taking him to the hermitage. While Yang Ji was being treated, Yun appeared to be conversing with San Yi about Yang Ji. He seemed to ask San Yi about Yang Ji's opinion. San Yi then said that Yun should persuade and offer Yang Ji to join the Nongong Hermitage to defeat the Dark White Tiger Hermitage. When Yang Ji woke up, he was invited by Yun and San Yi to the assembly hall. Yun told Yang Ji that he would join the Nongong army and become their war general. However, Yang Ji's answer was still the same as before. He refused Yun's offer because he felt he was not worthy of such an important position. He admitted that he was just a wandering young man. Hearing that answer, Yun and Ye Ning couldn't force it. Yang Ji decided to leave from there to continue his journey back home. When Yang Ji was about to go home, he was approached by Bai and she gave him her jade bun. Yun, who accidentally saw that, finally found out that Bai actually fell in love with Yang Ji and Yun was angry with her. He took her to a private conversation. Apparently, Bai is the real princess. Her identity was hidden to keep her safe from the evil that lurked her. Yun then scolded Bai for giving her jade bun to Yang Ji. Yun said that the jade bun should have been given to him since they had been betrothed since childhood. Bai seemed to cry, knowing the fact that she had been betrothed to Yun since childhood. The next day, Yun asked Yang Ji to meet. He asked about his motivation to protect the princess and the Nongong Hermitage. Yang Ji replied firmly that he had been given a mandate by his late teacher, Wong, to always guard the princess against all the chaos that occurred to restore the glory of the Zhao dynasty. Yun suddenly attacks Yang Ji to find out how strong he is. From that attack, Yang Ji was able to dodge Yun's attack. Arriving at the hermitage, Yun told San Yi about what had happened. He explained that he almost lost the duel against Yang Ji. San Yi then told Yun that he had to kill Yang Ji because he might one day join the Dark White Tiger Hermitage and eventually succeed in killing all of the Nongong Hermitage. While on the way to war, Xuanfeng attacked Yang Ji. Yang Ji, who had already lost a lot of strength by then, was forced to fight Xuanfeng with all his might. Xuanfeng, as usual, attacked with his Sky Palm move. Due to Xuan Feng's attack, Yang Ji finally fell into the abyss. On the other hand, Bai seems to be chasing Yang Ji, and she is very surprised to see Yang Ji's fan on the brink. Meanwhile, a commotion broke out because the Xuanwu plate was not in its place and had been stolen by an intruder. San Yi told Yun that he had to check on Master Jin Yuan because he was suspected of being the plate thief. Yun and his troops rushed to search Master Jin Yuan, and sure enough, they could find a black robe that was a costume worn by the intruder and a pouch from Xuanwu's plate. Jin Yuan knew that he had been framed and said the monk could not do that. Yun did not believe his statement. Jin Yuan decided to blow himself up to prove he was not the culprit. Meanwhile, San Yi was still inciting Yun to attack the Dark White Tiger Hermitage because Jin Yuan was definitely cooperating with them. Without thinking, Yun sent his best army to attack Xuan Feng's army. On the other hand, Bai, who saw Yun turning arrogant, decided to go look for Yang Ji, and sure enough that he was found still alive in a secluded place. Bai then told him everything, including the death of Jin Yuan, who had bequeathed all his powers to Yang Ji. The next day, war broke out between Nongong Hermitage and White Tiger Darkness Hermitage. Attack after the strike had been launched until Yun finally came face to face with Xuan Feng. Yun then forced Xuan Feng to confess that he had stolen the plate. Xuan Feng dodged the accusation, and a duel ensued between the two. Yun was the strongest swordsman in the land, making him hard to beat, even for a Xuan Feng. Meanwhile, Ling Yun appears to have kidnapped the Princess Ye Ning as a prisoner. Yun, who saw that, certainly didn't budge, and he instead stabbed Ye Ning because she was not a real princess. Meanwhile, suddenly Yun was attacked by his own troops, and the one who attacked him was the biological daughter of San Yi. It was revealed that the mastermind behind all this was San Yi, who had ambitions to become a ruler. Meanwhile, Ling Yun, who knew of this, defected from Xuan Feng and chose to join San Yi, who was currently in a stronger position. In a secluded valley, Yang Ji seems confused about helping the princess from the evil San Yi. He then realized that San Yi had a weakness. He rushed to meet San Yi, who is currently doing his coronation as ruler. From a distance, Yang Ji shot an arrow at San Yi. He then attacked all the troops belonging to San Yi, and many troops fell because of it. Seeing Yang Ji's attack, Yun did not remain silent. He helped Yang Ji to defeat San Yi with his knowledge. Thanks to the cooperation between Yang Ji and Yun, they managed to kill San Yi. Because Yang Ji had helped Yun, Yun gave up Bai to be able to live with him. Yang Ji and Bai then lived in a remote village. One day, while Yang Ji was practicing martial arts, he was surprised by a bag addressed to him that contained a threat. Yang Ji then chased after the person who gave him the bag. And how surprised he was when he found out that the one who gave him the bag was his teacher, Master Wong. The moral that can be learned from this movie is not to be greedy in power, because greed will lead you astray.